Oops. I gotta put in the music. Wait 1 second. Here we go. Let's draw my project. Or life or something. I don't know, but I'm doing it. Here we go. It's featuring art, valuable commentary, and the soothing narration of a late night telethon. Oh boy. We're going to answer some questions about geography. Not those questions, different ones. Those questions were provided by our Kickstarter. Not Mr. Sunley. But today's questions are real ones. Were definitely, totally, really provided by Doris Shutt, and Al E. Gator. Real names. I swear. This is our first question. How does geography determine where and how people live? That might sound vague, but trust me, we've got an answer. And that answer is not that. That's not the answer. Basically, people determine where they want to live if that area has all the things they determine that they need to live. So, like a rock, and a tree, and a lake, like I drew. Here's an example of that. It's not people, but it's similar. Say you're a logging company, like Phil's Discount Lumber. You might, for example, go to a forest, because that's where all the lumber's at. And you need to provide it at low rates. So you go to the forest. Also, people's actions and how they live is determined on where they live. For example, if you were in China, you'd probably be speaking Chinese and eating rice and stuff. Not eating ricin. Ricin is poison. Eating rice and stuff. But where do you live? You live in Missouri, a big conservation area. And in a big conservation area like Missouri, you're going to have lots of hunters and fishers. Oh boy. The reason Missouri is such a big conservation area, and the reason we have so many hunters and fishers, is because of our temperate climate. It's not too hot or too cold, so we have lots of animals. Like those two. Perfect. That's question one. See how it all fits together? We live where we live because of all of the aspects of our surroundings, aka geography. Now, let's move on to question two. There it is. How is the world affected by movement of people, goods, and ideas? Well, that's quite simple. And no, it's not. It's really not. And here's why. When separatists left Britain and came to America, there were Native Americans here. And also some rocks and trees and stuff. Like you have in those places. We basically stole all of that from them, and with that came our ideas. Those are the three big ones. Tell me if I missed anything. Except for our biggest idea, which was Christianity, or freedom of religion. I mean, we said freedom of religion, but we were basically all Puritan. So that it's complicated. I'm stealing this for a second. Gotta set it up. 1 sec. There we go. Nowadays, the U.S., us, see what I did? Gets things from other places in the world. Places like China. I remember that? That's what we just did. Places like China send stuff, like that stuff, into the U.S. And when it gets into the U.S., that stuff goes down this little path to big cities like New York. And the reason those big cities are so big is because they get trade from places like not the forest, places like China. And when they get things from places like China, it comes on the ocean. And when it comes from places like the ocean, it goes to New York. Or, well, any of the big cities. And when it gets to big places like the big cities, people want to live there. That's why it's so cool. Because stuff comes from China, which comes on the ocean, which goes to big cities, which makes people want to live there. That's why cities like New York are diverse, crowded, and have many religions. So just to clear things up, that's why it's answered, first of all. The world is affected by people, goods, and ideas because we became such a big place because of our ideas, like freedom and capitalism, not Chinese food. Chinese food was not that big of an idea. It tastes good, that's for sure. Oh boy. And it was affected by people when those separatist guys took all the land from the Native Americans. And when the French built that amazing Statue of Liberty I drew. Totally great. And it was affected by goods when lovely China sent us all their rice. They sent it to it on that arrow straight into New York. Perfect. That's why it's answered. This has been Draw My Project. It's pretty great. This was that. Next time, we'll be answering different questions that are totally not provided by Mr. Sunley. In fact, are provided by our Kickstarter backers. I would like to, at this point, give a call out to my team members, who are Tyler, not the one you're thinking of, Jake Ward, and his girlfriend, whose name is passing my mind, Brianna. I don't know what her last name, Sloan, I think is what her last name is. Sorry, Tyler, I forgot your last name. That's the end. Hey, also, these are some sources. I forgot about these. There's Wikipedia, History.org, and a couple others. You know, we looked at a lot of websites, okay? I can't expect you to remember all of them. Anyways, you guys can read. Tyler, I didn't even look up your last name before I shot this. Too late. Oh well. Now it's over.